صباح الخير. أهلا وسهلا فيكم بإيطاليا. أنا سعيد مشارك بالمؤتمر اليوم، وأنا بحب اللغة العربية، بس من كتير متمكن من اللغة هقول كلمة بإنجليزي. So first of all, let me introduce you the Parliamentary Assembly of the Mediterranean, which is a body of parliamentary diplomacy in which parliamentarians from different countries gather to exchange views, legislative best practices, and launch projects together. It includes countries on the shores of our common sea, in addition to the Balkans and some GCC countries. PAM is about geopolitics, of course, but not the kind of geopolitics you only read in books. It is mainly about people, their problems, their needs, and their dreams. PAM is about empathy. Finance is also about people and should improve the lives of our citizens, of the citizens of our countries. Banking is the backbone of the financial system in Italy, as in most of the countries in the region. And banking has a huge impact on our lives and on our economies. During the pandemic, we faced the erosion of the corporate capital and of family savings. These are facts. Without the intervention of banks, including central banks and monetary authorities, the situation would currently be much worse, and this is another fact. According to the Italian Ministry of Economy and Finance, the moratorium on loan repayments reached 136 billion euros. The value of the request filed to the Warranty Fund for SMEs was 177.5 billion, while the volume of loans guaranteed by SACE, which is a public participated company here in Italy, was 24.5 billion. Yesterday, at the Chamber of Deputies, Prime Minister Draghi mentioned that only in the 4 largest EU countries, state warranties were activated at 450 billion euros. All these resources were managed by banks. In the EU, the ECB, the European Central Bank, carried out the Pandemic Emergency Purchase Programme in order to provide liquidity to the member states. Social inequality increased during the pandemic, as did some conflict, and without the mentioned intervention, the differences would have been more significant. It is therefore rather crystal clear the key role of banks in our economies and in our lives. In fact, the issues banks can tackle are social inclusion, gender equality, the provision of services to remote areas, and we have a lot of remote areas in our countries. Let's only think about the mountains or the islands. Social stability and sustainability, among others. You may think these are not financial targets, but they are actually targets finance can help reach thanks to fintech and new technologies. For example, services can be provided in remote areas and to all social classing, reducing the gap between the ones who can make use of the financial system and the ones who cannot. Excellencies, dear friends, the Greek philosopher Plutarchus used to say that towards wealth, the man is wise in 4 ways: in making it, in preserving it, in increasing it, in using it wisely. We all have great challenges waiting for for us. We all have great opportunities out there. Let's not miss them. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it has allowed most of us come to understand the importance of things we never truly valued before, such as human contact, social life, and freedom of movement. With this in our minds, we can build a better world together. And this is why, for example, our President of the Republic is going to have a trip in fall in the Emirates and in Kuwait. It is a real pleasure for me to be with you today, and I'm sure Rome will treat you well. Thank you so much. Shukran.